Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Michelle. I do all things sewing over here. Sewing vlogs, sewing tutorials, everything sewing. So if that's your vibe, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. I am digging back into my closet and taking some items that don't really fit that well. This is my next item that I'm going to tackle. It's a pair of jeans and the waist is a little bit too big on me. So there's a little gap in the back, which a lot of women have that challenge when they buy a pair of jeans. So this is a good way to tailor your jeans and make it look professional and just fit so you can wear them. If you're a beginner at sewing, this is a great way to get into sewing and just fool with things that's already in your closet. Take some items that are ill-fitting. Maybe just fool with items that you really don't care about. So if you mess up on it, you're not going to really get mad or be upset about it. Practice on that. Get better with your sewing skills and your sewing techniques. This is a great way to do that and just to get better at sewing. I don't have much time. I have about an hour and 20 minutes. So I am going to try to make this like a step-by-step tutorial, but this is part of the playlist of me altering my own clothes. I have a lot of playlists going on my YouTube channel right now, which you can check out after this video. But I do have a few videos under altering my clothes, which I think that's what I named it. So let's go ahead and get started since I don't have that much time. All right, here are the jeans here. I'm just giving you a full view. It's like wide leg. This pair of jeans, I got these from Shein or Sheen, whatever you want to call it, but it's really good quality jeans. They're very soft and it's very comfortable, but I do have a gap in the back. As you can see right here, it's not like a drastic gap, but it's enough to alter, and that's what I'm going to do. What I've learned is to pinch in the gap on each side. Try to make it as equal as you can from the center. Wherever the gap is, you just gonna pinch it on both sides of the center seam. Kind of get your measurement that way. It is a little difficult doing this on yourself, but you just have to guesstimate it and get a measurement. And I'm going to take one side of the part that I pinched and kind of get a rough estimate. It's about 3/4 on one side of my pinch. So total for this one pinch on this side is going to be 1.5 inches. So I have 1.5 inches on this side and 1.5 inches on this side that I need to take in. If it's hard for you to do it that way, you can always take the center and pinch in the center and then just take a rough estimate. But I find the other way is easiest, especially if you're doing this on yourself. So what I'm going to do is work with the 1.75 inches. Just add on that extra quarter just so I can get it fitting really snug. It's just going to make it fit even better. So I'm going to stick with the 1.75 inches instead of the 1.5 inches. When I pinched it in the middle, I took a measurement of 1.75 inches, but I also have to add the other side 1.75 inches. So total, that's going to be 3.5 inches that I have to take in order for it to fit my waist. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the waistband off of the actual pants. So since I'm taking in the waist on both sides of the center seam, I am going to start taking out the waistband from here all the way to here. And I'm also going to seam rip the center loop so I can get underneath and take this whole waistband off. Alright, I got the waistband off. We're going to deal with the waistband last because we have to cut the waistband in order to meet the new measurement. But we're going to work on the actual pants first. So on one side, we're going to take it in 1.75 inches, and the same for the other side, 1.75 inches. This will be split into 7/8 on one side and 7/8 on the other side, and I'll do the same thing for this side. I'm just going to make sure that both of the darts that I create is going to be symmetrical. So if I put my dart right in the center of this pocket, I'm going to make sure that I do the same for this pocket and put it in the center. I think I'm going to go in just a little bit more and put my dart here. So I'm going to line this up with the fold of my pocket right here and go straight up, and this is where I want to put my dart. I'll do the same thing for this pocket. Right where this fold is for the pocket, I'm going to draw a straight line up, and this is where I want to put my dart. This is a heat erasable pen that I'm using. Once I'm finished, I'll just hit this with my iron and this marking will disappear. I have these pens linked in my Amazon storefront, which will be linked in my description. Alright, now that I have my center marks where I'm going to create my dart, I'm going to fold it right where I created the line to measure out my dart. I folded one of the darts, and on one of the sides it has to be 7/8. So I'm going to put a mark right there for 7/8, and then flip this over and measure out 7/8. Put a mark there. Made 2 temporary marks, but of course I'm going to have to flip this the other way around like this and sew my dart on the wrong side, so when I flip it over it'll take in this part. So since I'm here now, I'm just gonna flip this, meet these 2 little hash marks that I made, meet those, put those together, and then just transfer those hash marks, just transfer those marks to the other side. To secure this so it doesn't move, I'm just going to put some pins in so it doesn't move. Just fold this to the center. Alright. I'm not sure how far down I want to go. I'm sure that I don't have to go all the way in my pocket to make my dart. I'm probably just going to stop like a little bit past this seam line and just go about maybe a 1/2 inch below this seam line here and stop my dart about there. But the most important part of your dart is the beginning of your dart, the largest part. Start your dart and sew this and make a triangle. Just gradually go down into a triangle until you get to the end. Since I'm already here at the cutting station making my adjustments, I am going to fold with the waistband next. There is a stitch going across the top of the waistband, so I am going to take that out and also take out this belt loop. Alright, so I am going to take my marker and just mark a center mark here. This is where my belt loop was, so I'm just marking right in the middle of that so I'll know where to cut. So I'm going to make a cut here, unstitch this a little bit more. I cut my waistband to make my new measurement, which will be 1 3/4 inches on each side. I'm going to put the bottom part of the waistband together, make a mark there. I'm also going to measure it at the bottom, so then I could just draw a straight line down. Going to secure this so this doesn't move, and then work on the top part of this waistband. Put this right sides together, measure this out 1 3/4 inches. Everybody's measurement is going to be different, but I'm just showing you how I'm getting my particular measurements. Alright, so I have everything measured out. I have this bottom part measured out. I have my darts where I'm going to start it. I put a little hash mark. So this is where I'm going to start sewing it and just work my way down to make a triangle, and do the same thing on this side. Sew it down into a triangle. Then I have to sew the waistband, my new measurement, sew this down, and then sew the back part of the band, sew this down. So let's go to our sewing machine and do that. The first thing I am going to do is the darts. So normally with darts, you want to leave long tails at the beginning of your dart. I just put in new thread, so I have to run this first so I can get both tails from the top thread and the bobbin. We're going to fool with one of the darts. So again, I don't know if you can see my little mark right there. I am going to draw out my dart and bring this line all the way down to where I need to stop. I want to go about a half an inch below this seam here and stop. I have my first mark right here. All right, here is my other dart here. Now it's time to put our waistbands together. We've already made the marks, drew a line where we need to stitch. So I need to stitch on this side and then do a stitch right here. And just make sure that both of the waistbands that you're putting together, make sure they're equal and sitting right on top of each other. Now I can trim down the waistband. I'm going to cut it about a half an inch away from my new stitch line. I'm going to press this into each other. One of the waistbands, press it. Take this one, just finger press it. Now I can flip this on top of each other. And then once I get this all equal and laying right on top of each other, I can put some pins in it so it can stay put. So if you're dealing with like a thicker pair of jeans, like a more rugged pair of jeans, this new waistband that you make, this may be a little bulky. If you have a mallet or if you take a hammer, go ahead and pound this bulkiness down and it'll condense it, so you can actually sew it into your machine. I am going to put some pins at the bottom because I am going to stitch the top of this band first. Then the bottom part of this band has to attach to the rest of your jeans. I really only have to stitch this part here, but since I'm already starting over here, I'm just gonna start here and put a stitch line. But this is like the only part that's open, so some of the frame, I'm going to kind of cut all of this off to trim it back. We need to put the bottom of the waistband back onto the pants. I'm going to flip this little flap here towards my side seam. It's already kind of naturally falling that way, so I'm going to flip this one towards the other seam. Now I can start attaching my bottom part of my waistband back onto the pants, and then put the top of the band just make sure the flap of your dart is folded so you can catch that part too, and make sure you stitch that in your waistband. So I'm just taking section by section to make sure everything is in the waistband and I can pin each little section. Alright, everything seems to be matching up. There are no gaps. I got all of my measurements correct. Now I need to go in and put a stitch line on this waistband to close this up. Alright, the last thing to do is to put back on our belt loop. My center seam, the new center seam on my waistband, is pretty much dead on with this center seam of the pants. I'm just going to eyeball it and stitch it here. I already have like some stitches here where I ripped it off, so I'm just going to put my belt loop there and stitch it. Alright, we are all done. Now it's time to try it on. Alright, y'all, I am done. It is snatching my waist now. I'm still not really comfortable with doing darts. I have to practice on darts. I really do. That's going to be one of my goals for next year, to work on darts, because every time I do it, I don't get it all the way right. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but that's one thing that I do want to try to perfect and get right. I'm experiencing just a little bit of bubbling right on the edge of my dart. I don't really know what I'm doing wrong, but I think I'm going to go back and fool with these jeans later to get that right and to get it to lay really nicely. But with the waist is snatched. Okay. It is laying really flat now, and I'm loving the way that it fits now. Alright, y'all, that is it for today's video. If you like this video and if it was informative, just go ahead and hit the like button, and also comment if you would like to, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.